Some of us have worked here, some of us have met our wives here, some of us have been married here.
Yeah, no matter how many times you see it, and I know you've seen it today, it's just ash and timber. That's all that remains of Lutsen Lodge after that huge fire overnight. All that's left really standing is a chimney and 125 years worth of memories for a lot of people. It's a place that shaped the lives of generations of Minnesotans. Lou spent some time today looking into that. He is here now. Hi, Lou.
Hi, Jana. The Lutsen Resort is the oldest resort in Minnesota, established in 1885. The lodge actually burned down twice previously, if you can believe that, 1949 and 1951. So the building destroyed last night had been rebuilt after that 1951 fire. People who've stayed there are hoping this isn't the end.
Beautiful place here on Lake Superior.
There are many reasons people loved the historic Lutsen Lodge.
And they're all full-size logs, as you'll see, so it feels like you are in the woods, but you look out that front door and you've got nothing but Lake Superior on 180 degrees of vision.
Former owner Scott Harrison, in this 2010 tour, saw the same beauty Lutsen founder C.A.A. Nelson saw on the North Shore when he immigrated from Sweden.
And he fell in love with this place.
It reminded him of Sweden.
Reminded him of Sweden, the same climate, and the birch trees and the pine trees, all of that.
Nelson built his home in 1885 and began renting rooms. The tradition continued through generations of the Nelson family, and they expanded and developed other parts of the area, adding the popular gondola and, fitting because of Olympian Cindy Nelson and the family, a ski resort. But the lodge was the historic center of it all. Ownership changed hands in 1988.
And it was a point of significant value for us to preserve that history and tradition.
Scott Harrison and Nancy Burns continued the tradition, preserving and remodeling the lodge.
It's been expensive. This is a big lodge and an old lodge, and it takes a lot of capital to reinvest in this place to keep it the way it was, or hopefully enhance it over time.
The resort changed hands again, with new renovations done by the new owners before the entire lodge burned down in a Monday night fire.
Losing, an iconic destination, it's completely devastating.
Linda Jurek, executive director of Visit Cook County, says for people growing up in the area, working at the Lutsen Resort was a rite of passage.
I think everybody probably did, some kind of work there. Well, we had some kind of friendship with workers there.
It's just a great place to come from, particularly when it's hot and humid in the Twin Cities.
And tourists often share similar memories, family vacations and honeymoons. Melissa Vogt writing, "My husband and I went there for our honeymoon in 2008. I do hope they rebuild so we can stay there again in 2028 for our 20th. Jurek is confident this week's fire does not mark the end of the story for the Lutsen Lodge.
They are already talking about what they will do to replace the resort.
And all day we've been getting a lot of great pictures from people sharing their memories. One favorite that we've been hearing about is the stuffed polar bear that was inside the lodge. And some people actually held their weddings there. And of course, lots of honeymoon pics. Jana.
Yeah, Lou, Linda brought up this great point a friend of mine reminded me of today when she talked about all the young people and people that go to work at Lutsen at some point when you live there. And some of my friends said, yeah, it was like Dirty Dancing on the North Shore. You just at some point went and worked there.
Yeah, and then all the tourists come in and it's just a whole new world for them. So yeah, really sad for the locals and for us, the tourists that like to go up there.
Well, rise from the ashes it will again, hopefully. Thanks, Lou.